My son begged to come back into my life, but I told him no. I was 21 when I married my high school sweetheart. We thought we were going to beat the odds, build a life together, raise a family, and grow old side by side. A year later, we had our son, and for a while, it felt like we had exactly that future. But after he was born, something in our marriage started to fade. We drifted apart little by little. We stopped talking about anything real. We stopped touching. The house went quiet, and it stayed that way for years. By the time my son was 11, I was done pretending. I ended it. My wife cried every single day, begging me to stay, but my heart was already gone. And my son, he hated me for it. He saw me as the man breaking his mother's heart, and in his eyes, that made me the villain. He wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't even look at me. Every time I showed up, he'd run to his room and slam the door. The only words I ever got out of him were, "I hate you." It crushed me, but I kept trying. I came to the house every week. I went to his games. I sent him gifts. I showed up on his birthdays, at Christmas. I wanted him to know I wasn't giving up, but nothing worked. And then one day, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Don't come to my events anymore. I don't want you there." And that was it. I was completely shut out. My ex never made him spend time with me, and I didn't force it. I thought maybe therapy would help, but he wanted no part of it. For years, it felt like my son had died, even though he was still alive. That kind of pain, it's like a hole you carry inside your chest that nothing can ever fill. I spiraled. Depression swallowed me whole. I woke up every morning to silence. No laughter, no footsteps, no sun, just regret and emptiness. I thought I'd never climb out, but somehow I did. Slowly, piece by piece, I rebuilt myself. I found love again. I got married. I had 2 more kids. And for the first time in so long, I felt whole again. I had a family. I was happy. Then, last year, out of nowhere, an email showed up. It was from him. He apologized, said he finally realized how cruel he'd been, that becoming a father himself had opened his eyes. He said he wanted me back in his life. He wanted his dad. But when I read it, I felt nothing. Not anger, not relief, just nothing. He kept writing 15 emails, long, detailed letters about his baby, his new life, his regrets, and I stayed silent. Until finally, I wrote a draft. A message that said, "I would appreciate it if you stopped sending me emails. I went through hell and back to be at this point in my life. I have a family now, and I'm happy. I hold no resentment toward you. I forgive you, but I can't bring you back into my life. Please, no further contact." I didn't send it. Instead, I showed my wife. She read every email, read my draft, and she was horrified. She begged me not to send it, told me to open my heart, told me he was still my son no matter what. We argued for hours. Then she told my parents. And my mom exploded. She tore into me like I was a little boy again. She screamed that if I cut my son off, she would cut me off the same way. That if I could abandon him, she could abandon me. I just stood there, frozen, speechless. And that's when I realized